Okay, everybody, it's Thursday, February 1st, and it's time for another shop video. I got a few little updates, and I want to expound a little bit on the big job that I'm doing and talk more about why it's important that you not let your network go without maintenance. Let's get right to it. We got this little laptop over here, which the owner brought in with a list of things. It's a brand new laptop. It needed some organization and some programs installed and a little bit of data moved and a little bit of cleanup on a couple things. It needed a little bit of everything. He brought it in because he's in Cancun this weekend, so it's a good time to bring it in. And I have a lot of homeowners and business owners that bring these computers in on the weekend or when they're going on vacation when they need a lot of stuff done. So they are not worried about being without their computers for an extended length of time. The other item I have, which I don't have here yet, is my other attorney. I actually do work for 3 attorneys. One of my other attorneys, who's also a tax attorney, is bringing in his computer for me to install the new tax software on it for 2018 tax season. And that will be here tomorrow night, so I may do another video on that as the time when the time comes. The third thing that I wanted to talk about is I wanted to get into a little more about the big network that I talked about in the last video. Basically, the owner gave me 3 tasks to do. The first task was that I had to actually build a new machine, which I've talked about in previous videos, because this machine was being built to replace ran Windows XP, which not only is Windows XP no longer supported by Microsoft at this point, Windows XP is also not supported by any web browsers. So if you have Windows XP or Windows Vista, you're not going to be able to surf the internet. That's the bottom line. You're not going to be able to get to any websites because the browsers are so old that they won't support the modern code that's used on modern websites. And we can't install the latest browsers because the new browsers won't install on those old versions of Windows. So I had to build a new machine for him, and it had to be designed to be able to run AutoCAD, which it is. There's actually 2 machines in this place, and they both run AutoCAD 2011 LT because they're used to draw mechanical drawings of mechanical systems. When I say mechanical systems, for those that don't know, I'm talking about your heating system, your air conditioning system, your water system in a house or an office or wherever. The second task he gave me was I had to actually move their email addressing from one website to another website. This particular company has 2 websites, one of which is an older site that the owner absolutely hates and wants gone. The second of which is a newer site, which is the site we're going to use. I need to remove the old site from the internet because I need to do search engine optimization for the new site, which can't be done until the old site is gone because the old site ranks #1 on Google, so we have to get rid of it so it can drop off of Google and the new site can eventually take its place. The first step in doing that was their email is actually hosted in-house. They use Microsoft Exchange, and I had to set up the domain for the new site to point to their email server and then go into the email server and finish the job. That part of the job is now complete. I also have to tutor one of the employees on how to edit the new website, as he really doesn't have any idea. And then after a little while, I have to arrange for the search engine optimization for the new site and get those things done, etc., etc., etc. Which brings me to the third task that he gave me, and that is their file server needs a lot of work. This file server is a domain-based Windows Small Business Server 2008 server. It actually is more than a file server. It also performs a lot of basic networking functions. And like everything else in that network, it hasn't had the maintenance that it needed to have. And a lot of the stuff is really adding up. The three biggest problems are a couple of the hard drives failed, which I'm actually going to replace this Saturday and get them rebuilt. And then there is no antivirus on the network at all because a lot of the antivirus on the machines has expired because of its age. I need to correct that, but just as an example of how this can all start adding up, the antivirus that I need to get all the licenses is going to be well over $1,000. I got estimates of $1,300 for 3 years for the licenses for all the machines, or $1,500 for 5 years. That adds up quick. On top of that, this file server also needs a memory upgrade. And the memory that the file server requires is a special type of memory called registered memory. I'll talk about the differences between regular memory and registered memory later. But the big one that I'm going to talk about now is registered memory is very expensive. I did some pricing this morning, and it's going to be $700 to get the sticks. That is opposed to maybe, to give you guys an example, if this was non-registered memory and smaller capacity, it would probably be maybe $80 to $100 to get 3 sticks, depending on the exact size and specifications of the RAM. So 100 and 700 is quite a big difference. And all of this stuff is going to add up. And unfortunately, because there was no maintenance for 5 years, it's all piled up into one huge mountain of stuff that has to be done. So again, for your small to medium business owners, you don't want to let this stuff pile up into a huge thing, because if you do, it's going to wind up costing you a lot of money and or possible lost data. Fortunately, The hard drives that I have to replace are involved in a RAID 1 array, which basically creates a backup of each drive on the fly. They can function if one drive fails in the array, but they cannot function if both drives in the array fail. And the reason these hard drives are being replaced is because one of the hard drives in the RAID array has failed. There's 2 arrays, and one drive has failed in each of the arrays. So I have to replace 2 hard drives and then reestablish the connection between the drives and copy the data from the drive that's working to the drive that's brand new. Also, the server room needs a lot of cleanup and determining what everything is and why it's there and does it have to be there, etc., etc., etc. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of labor, and it's a lot for a business to do all at once. This is why I'm putting this out there for the small to medium businesses, that they need to not get into this position if they can at all help it. If you have an IT guy that's not responding to your maintenance needs like this particular business did, you want to call me, and you want to call me right away as soon as you discover a problem, because you don't want that then minor issue to become a major issue down the road and then have to deal with it all at once. That's not good. Also, I'm going to be making some other posts. There's a school locally here about an hour from here that I've just read has banned all cell phone use in their high school. Good for them. I don't think I've ever done a video regarding my stance on kids and teenagers having cell phones, smart or dumb. I will have to do that one of these days, to be honest, because I could give you all an earful. I think that will cover it pretty much for today's video. As always, rate, comment, subscribe. If you like what you see, let me know. If you don't like what you see, let me know that too. We'll see what we can do to make improvements. I'm going to try to do videos more frequently because I've been told that I really need to do these every day in order to get the YouTube channel built up. For those that don't know about the YouTube channel, some of you on Facebook might not, please comment and let me know you want the link, and I'll give you the link. I will see everyone hopefully tomorrow. I'm going to try to do a video. I'll see everyone soon. Talk to everyone later. Bye-bye.